Activision recently made their biggest mistake to date. Yes, I am talking about the H2M mod being completely shut down. I normally don't focus on multiplayer, but I just had to make this video. Let me know how I do at the end. In today's video, we're going to go over just how scummy and egregious the entire H2M situation is, how it negatively impacted the entire community, including Activision themselves. This one is gonna be rough. In case you don't know, the H2M mod was a mod that was being created by some very passionate community members as a way to relive the glory days of 2009. The mod completely remastered Modern Warfare 2, not this MW2, this MW2. One of the most beloved games in the entire franchise was getting revamped graphics, new camos and challenges, and a long-awaited revitalization of the game. Now, to get into the first major issue of H2M, the mod required players to purchase Call of Duty Modern Warfare Remastered on Steam. Right off the bat, we know that Activision is going to make some money off this mod, and that seems fair to me. If Activision is going to be the only ones profiting off of this, why wouldn't they go for it? Well, they did go for it. Kind of. After hype had started to generate for the mod, and the content creators got hands-on time with it, Activision actively ran a sale on Steam for the game, and it was a pretty good deal. I even purchased it several days prior to the release of H2M so I could try out the mod. Fast forward to one day before launch, and Activision sends a cease and desist to the mod creators, effectively shutting down the mod. Now, in order to understand why this is such an issue, we first need to look at the requirements for refunding a game on Steam. Steam requires all of its users to have met two different criteria when refunding a game. First, the request needs to be within 14 days of the initial purchase. Fair enough, most of the community hadn't purchased the game that far out. Second, the request needs to be prior to having spent 2 hours in-game, meaning anybody who played Modern Warfare Remastered in preparations for the mod couldn't get their refunds if they exceeded that 2-hour limit. Now, Activision is completely aware of this. They know how Steam refunds work, and to put this into bigger context, Modern Warfare Remastered reached the number 3 spot on Steam's top 100 sellers list the week of that mod release. They made an incredible amount of money off of this sale and the H2M mod. Side note, the H2M mod developers did not accept money for the creation of this. This was non-profit development for them. Now, you might be wondering, why was this a mistake for Activision? Clearly this was scummy and distrustful, but how did this negatively impact them as a company? Well, for starters, the game reviews on Steam immediately went from mostly positive to overwhelmingly negative. The entire community of players that were excited to play the mod review bombed the game, making this Call of Duty title one of the worst reviewed games in the franchise on Steam. Compared to Infinite Warfare and its launch trailer that was one of the most disliked YouTube videos of all time, it still only has a mixed review rating on Steam. This overwhelmingly negative review on Modern Warfare Remastered is going to deter players from ever purchasing this title again. The next negative impact that this had on Activision as a company is that the install files for this mod had already been released to creators and friends of the mod's dev team. If people have the files, they will get leaked, and that is exactly what happened. You can still install the mod and play it like normal because the files are available through a Google Drive folder that has been shared across the internet. Keep in mind, I will not be sharing that here, nor do I recommend anyone install the files from the Google Drive folders because it's really risky in a cybersecurity sense. So people are playing this mod anyways, so Activision effectively tarnished their name further and shut down the mod for basically no reason. There is a caveat to this. They could probably put out a patch that would render the mod ineffective and unplayable with the game. As far as we know, they haven't done that yet though. And finally, why this negatively impacts Activision as a company is that the modders have now allegedly teamed up with the H2M modders, which was a previous attempt at creating a Modern Warfare 2 multiplayer remastered experience, to just develop their own game. Now, we don't know for sure if this is going to happen or not, and it's definitely going to take them a very long time to release anything. considering both of the mods were in development for up to a year prior to their release dates. But people are going to play whatever they release. The H2M mod had incredibly overwhelmingly positive reviews, and the entire community was so excited. Well, why did Activision decide to go down this route? The first explanation is Activision wants and needs to protect their IP. There are legal reasons to why they need to do this, but we aren't going to get into that here. There are also rumors circling around on Twitter that Activision representatives communicated with community members stating that they feared the mod would negatively impact the sales and player base of their new Black Ops 6 title. Let that sink in for a minute. They were allegedly afraid of the mod impacting sales of their highly anticipated, very well received new title Black Ops 6 because of a mod that was releasing for a game that came out in 2017. Maybe this is just Activision telling us that they know and understand that they aren't giving us the Call of Duty games and titles that we actually want. Let me know what you guys think down in the comments below about this. Do you think that the H2M mod would negatively impact sales of Black Ops 6, or were they just being paranoid over nothing? I personally am not at all happy with how this was handled. I think Activision could have absolutely leaned into this and supported it up into the launch of Black Ops 6. I also think that the modders did an incredible job in bringing the original Modern Warfare 2 to life in the best way possible. Hopefully, we end up seeing a remaster of this game's multiplayer experience in the future. I also hope you enjoyed this video as heartbreaking as its contents are. Leave a thumbs up to let me know, and subscribe for more honest thoughts about Call of Duty and how the franchise is being handled. My name is Cyclops. I'll catch you in the next.